Hello, wonderful people of the interwebs. Thanks for stopping by to your OBrian Time today. And, as always, a big OBrian welcome to you. So, today we're going to continue with our Campbell's Chunky Soup Taste Test series, with this being episode 3. So, the whole goal of today is to find out today's recipe. Does it stack up? Taste good? Does it meet the challenge of today's consumer like you and I? So, which recipe are we going to be tasting today? Well, you know what time it is. It's OBrian time. Oh, yeah. Let's get it. Well, all right, OBrian fam. Welcome back. And so today, in episode 3 of the Campbell's Chunky Soup Taste Test series, we're going to be taste testing today the classic chicken noodle with white chicken meat. So, we're changing it up, going old school. So, the roots, Campbell's as a company, over 150 years old, with all the development, ambition, and aptitude to be in the soup game worldwide. Will they come through with a classic recipe? Keep in mind, they revolutionized the soup industry when they invented condensed soup, which went, we call it viral today, but back in the day, it went global, right? So they've done some really good things over the years, and if you do research on Campbell's company, you'll find it's a really good company, and a lot of historical events happen. We're not going to go in depth in that part, being that we're doing a taste test today, but we all are familiar with the chicken noodle soup, right? The traditional soup, which Campbell's invented, and it's everywhere. It's still their #1 soup to date, and it's just got a classic recipe. So this being the Chunky Soup series, we're basing our taste test on something that's new, has a revision to it. They're calling it a classic noodle soup recipe, right? But does it stack up? Does it really bring forth the taste and flavor we expect out of Campbell's? So, with that being said, what we rate our taste test on is 3 categories primarily: texture, taste, and quality, and the lane this is in, which is the soup market, a highly competitive market globally. So it's really hard for a soup to stand out, and we're going to give you complete honesty here at the OBrian Time channel. For you deserve that. So today we're going to find out what this can has to offer. Does it stack up and meet our expectation? What does the texture look like? What does it taste like? What is the quality of this soup? You came to the right place, folks. Welcome to the OBrian Time channel. Let's get this heated up, plated up, and get into it. Oh, yeah. Let's get it. All right, OBrian fam. Let's get into this. So, first, I want to kind of step back just a little bit, right? So, we're doing this Campbell's Chunky Soup Taste Test series for you, but we're changing it up and doing something that no one else on the internet and in the world is doing. So stay tuned towards the end of this video, where we'll do a blend-o-matic mashup, where we blend it, mash it, bring the flavor forth, and give a full body review. So you'll want to stick around for this unique ending to this taste test review. Some people may copy it later. but it was invented right here on the OBrian Time channel for you and your enjoyment. And I must say, it's actually a pretty in-depth way to taste flavor. Stay tuned toward the end. So with that being said, OBrian fam, let's get into this. The chunky soup, classic noodle with white meat. Does Campbell's bring their old school approach to the new revised version in the chunky soup round? We're going to find that out today and see if their attempt at redevelopment with a chunky soup revision meets the masses' demand on taste, texture, and quality. Oh yeah, we're going to do this. So let's start, OBrian fam, with number one, texture. Does Campbell's bring the soup home with texture? So looking at this in front of me, right? It's piping hot, really hot. You and I, it must be hot, OBrian fam. I love a good quality hot soup. So I'm looking at this with complete honesty for you to give you the feedback that you deserve. So I'm looking at the noodles. So totally different noodle. Totally different than the traditional classic recipe. Which, by the way, stepping back, okay, I'll be brief and we'll get back into this because I know you want to get to the point. But we have to provide some depth and a little bit of historical events, right? So the classic Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, that name was an accident actually. So what initially happened is a radio announcer that was paid to do an ad, right, for Campbell's, it used to be called like noodles with chicken. Yeah, it doesn't make sense to us now because it's, Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, it's embedded in our society and elsewhere throughout the world, right? I mean, we've got this mindset. Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup cures sickness, right? It's a fact. There's tons of GIFs, memes, social media, all over the place. Get well soon. Here's some Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup. And the broth and the depth of it, it really, at least as a perception, is to the point goodness. Classic soup. What all other soups are based upon and try to evolve from. So I just wanted to provide some insight to that the actual name of Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup was an accident. It was noodles with chicken. And then what happened is that radio announcer, right, announced it during an ad and it stuck. And to be honest, I like it. I grew up with it just as a lot of you watching today did. And so it has a precedence, right? I mean, it sets the bar. It's not that it's you know what I mean? It's not lobster, it's not steak. It's Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup, setting the bar up, and you can get better or worse in between, or you can fail and go down trying to fight it. So, bringing us up to speed to what we're doing today, we're providing you quality feedback, honesty, no matter what. This soup, does it bring it? This is a new revised Campbell's Chunky Soup. Classic noodles. Classic chicken noodle soup with white meat. And so you have some a little bit of history, right? So the basic classic Campbell's chicken noodle soup traditionally has dark meat, right? Dark meat in chicken is considered to be a little juicier, a little bit more flavorful, but it's perceived that white meat has more quality, right? The breast meat, the wing meat. But traditionally, the white meat of the chicken, it's usually tougher. So it's a balancing act. So in this soup, I'm curious to see the white meat difference versus the dark meat, which has been a tradition in the classic noodle soup recipe, right? So they're taking a risk, and when they stay with white meat chicken, what they're trying to say is this is a higher quality chicken in this chunky soup version. So do they get it right? Well, let's get into it. So back to it, OBrian fam, and I appreciate you taking the time and finding that we're a little slower in our reviews because we want to give you a quality in-depth review, not some gimmick. I mean, right, you're on YouTube, correct? So many gimmicks out there, unrealistic people just making all these videos to get views. I'm focused on the future. I'm focused on you. I'm focused on giving good quality content. You know, I have a job. I'm completely content. But I decided to do these videos so that there was someone out there that would come to the table and give you quality reviews, unique, different, and in-depth. So we're going to do that for you. And thank you. And if you like the content, obviously like it, subscribe, click the notification bell, because I want to create more content for you based on what you want. So, being that I'm seeing this beautiful soup, okay, I smell it, right? You're seeing the content, but the smell. Okay, so I do smell some strength in the chicken. So it's like a Sunday morning you wake up. It's not people are cooking apple pie. It's somebody in this neighborhood's cooking something that smells good, right? That's the sense that I'm getting initially. So before texture, the smell, I must say it does smell good. I can smell the chicken, the aroma of the broth. So I know you can't smell it, but to give you the feedback, it is there. Okay, the sensory of the sense of smell is there. It's a beautiful, uplifting, ventilated fragrance of goodness. So texture, going into it, texture, taste, quality in the soup lane that we're rating. How does it stack up? So what I'm seeing initially is, wow, so very intense broth. My mouth, wow, OBrian fam, the broth, my mouth is literally watering. I see spices, I see depth in it, and it looks, what? You can't see it? I got you. Come a little closer. All right. So, looking at the texture, look at that, OBrian fam. I mean, let's really dive into this, okay? So, I mentioned earlier that my mouth was just watering, right? In regards to the soup. Look at the broth. You can see the sheen of oil from the chicken, right? Very good quality. Look at that.
And you can see the spices. Again, we're rating this straight out of the can, not adding anything else. We want to give you what Campbell's Chunky Classic Chicken Noodle Soup with white meat has provided to the masses in all its true form. So as you see it in its glory, its delicious gravy goodness, that's the texture of the broth. So diving in, we see the noodles. Okay, so these are thicker noodles. They're different. We're not used to these as a classic soup, right? So when we look at these noodles, they're twisted, they're thicker, and we all know these noodles are more of an egg noodle, right? Made out of flour. So I like it because of the texture. To be honest with you, OBrian fam, I like what I'm seeing so far. I mean, we're looking at texture right now, and I'm quite impressed. You look right over here. Beautiful. OBrian fam, look at that. Beautiful carrots. So we're always basing our reviews on texture, taste, and quality. So we're looking at the texture, and I must say, I'm really loving them living up to their chunky soup reputation. So Campbell's, really good job so far in your texture. So this is a basic ingredient, right? Good, wholesome, quality ingredients. So if we look over here, right? It's trying to sneak away. We'll get it. We'll get it, OBrian fam. So you see, look at that. So you got some celery in there, some spices. Look at this. So you see, you got a little bit of spice in there. We've got carrots. Where's the chicken? OBrian fam, where's that white? Oh, there we go. So look at that deliciousness. So it's a big, chunky piece of chicken, right? Right? It's the white meat they're promoting. So does it stack up on taste? And is there more? Oh, look at that. Coming in. Look at that texture. So feeling it, right? It's a little tough. It's a little tough, but that's good. It won't break up. Oh, and let me get it out of here. I had to sneak attack it, OBrian fam. Okay. So the texture of that noodle was pretty thick. It was not overly soft. And the noodle by itself just doesn't give it justice. But look over here. Notice, there we go. We got more flavor over there. We got robust chicken over here. We got noodles over here. And to combine, right? So there's you a good representation. A speck of celery. A good chunky piece of chicken. A real thick egg noodle. And a carrot. Fresh. Cut thick and chunky. So yeah, I would have to say that the texture for Campbell's Classic Chicken Noodle Soup with white meat is on point. Great job, Campbell's. But how does this taste? Well, let's find out, OBrian fam. Let's taste it. Oh, yeah.
So, all right. So, texture-wise, as you've seen, there is some strength and quality to the texture, and I gotta say, I love the thickness and the depth of the flavor. I mean, not flavor, but the color of the broth, right? I can see it's thicker. It's not runny, right? It's not watery. So you've seen it just as I seen it. And O'Brien fam, my mouth is definitely watering for this. This to me is soup. I like it so far. I love what I'm seeing. So texture, Campbell's. Great job on the texture of this soup. So beyond that, us as consumers, you and I, we demand quality and taste as well. So will Campbell's deliver with a revised version in the chunky realm of a classic chicken noodle soup recipe? Let's find out. Oh yeah. Going in, fam. So I'm going to start with some broth and noodles. Let's bring this in a little closer. There we go. Still hot. As always, you gotta bring it with a hot soup, right? Let's get a little bit more taste testing going on here. So I'm gonna bring in a little bit more robust carrot flavor with a little bit of noodles and a lot of broth. Spices again is all over the place. Thickness and colorful broth going in. Oh yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I love the broth. I mean, that's that. As far as soup is concerned, to be honest with you, if you don't have a good broth, you don't have a good soup. And whether it's creamy broth, you've got to really bring it with such a competitive market. And Campbell's, I'm liking the flavor so far, to be honest with you. So I haven't had the chicken yet. So I'm curious in regards to that and want to give the viewers good quality feedback, just like you, what this chicken looks like. So you see what I've got in my soup spoon. You can see a big chunky piece of chicken, a little bit of egg noodle, and you can see the thickness of the gravy. It's trying to, boom, there it goes. So this is not an overly rich creamy soup, but did you see the thickness of the broth? It was so thick it took some time, and it was like an encapsulated broth waiting for the right moment to drop, and then boom, it fell. So let's go in and taste this beautiful broth. Thick, chunky piece of chicken. Firm, yet quality piece of noodle. And bring it in. Let's do this. Oh yeah. Yeah. So, yeah, texture and taste. The chicken, I mean, it's such an important component when we're talking about a chicken noodle soup, right? So I like the classic version. I may need to rate it, put it up against other chicken noodle soups. But what I recall from the old school basic Campbell's chicken noodle soup is that rich flavor in broth, right? And being condensed, you could add as much water or less. This, you don't add any water. You have to take it as it comes out of the can. So the richness and flavor is as is. There's no recommendation to add additional water to it. And I like that. They're trying to bring it as an as-is in the can recipe, and they're trying to compete and bring back flavor to something that's new and more marketable in today's society. Because us as consumers, we're more demanding, right? Me as well. I don't know about you, but I do want an evolution of quality and flavor and taste, and I'm getting that. So, give more in depth. I'm going to bring in a little bit more carrot and noodle and gravy, broth, right? Mmm. So I like it. Mmm. I really like this soup. Mmm. Mmm. Yeah. Mmm. Mmm. If your mouth is watering, it should be. I like it. I just had another piece of chicken and I dig it. Would I like it to have dark meat? Maybe. But I do believe the quality and depth of flavor is here. And I think they use it because it holds its shape. And it is a little bit more of a premium product when you're talking about white meat chicken, right? I like it. I guess it depends on the application that you're in, right? So I would say don't ever put white chicken meat in the classic chicken noodle soup that we are accustomed to, right? But I agree it works here in the chunky soup. It needs this a little bit more strength in the texture to hold its shape when you're talking about bigger chunks. Probably if you used a darker meat, it would fall apart more and you wouldn't have that big chunky flavor of goodness. So texture, again, we're rating this on texture, taste, and quality. So far, the texture and taste, wow, I love it. This is a good quality soup. The ingredients, quality. Taste, on point. Texture, I love it. I love it. Could the noodles be a little different, a little thinner, a little softer? Yeah, they could be. This is a chunky soup version. And this definitely is a top ranking competitor on the market. So Campbell's, really great job in bringing and risking your reputation on a, when you say classic chicken noodle soup, you create such a strong expectation from your consumer. And I must say, well done. This is delicious soup. I would highly recommend every one of you go out there and get a can of this and enjoy it. Love it. If you want to save it for that rainy day to have a special meal that's quick and easy to get to, bam. You want to have something that is good, a quality ingredient. When the kids come over, there's a stayover, boom, you've got it. If you want to go camping and bring something that will give you strength, vigor, taste, flavor, while you're out there in the middle of nowhere, this brings it. This, ladies and gentlemen, is a soup that stacks up. So, OBrian fam, I really love this. I recommend this soup. It has all the aspects a soup needs. So what do we do now? We rate this. So you know what time it is, OBrian fam. It's time for rating. It's rating time. Oh yeah. Let's do it. So all right, OBrian fam, I'm really excited about this series. I really enjoy providing you feedback so that you see good texture, taste, and quality, and you have the ability to see something with honesty. But it is time to rate this beautiful soup. And I'm going to tell it like it is. I enjoyed every single bite of this soup. I really love the classic chicken noodle soup with white meat made by Campbell's Chunky Soup Division. You guys, gals, did a really good job, and I recommend it for everybody. So, bottom line, how do we rate this? And remember, we're rating this on the lane that we're in, the soup industry, a highly competitive market globally, right? How does the soup stand out? You deliver a product like this. So Campbell's, pay attention. Pay attention. This is what we like. This deserves a good quality review. I really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed doing a review on such a quality product. It's not overly complicated, right? It's simple, wholesome goodness, rich, tasteful. So what is the OBrian Time rating for this beautiful soup? Campbell's Chunky Classic Noodle Soup with white meat chicken. What do you rank? How do you stack up? Well, I would have to say you hit a home run on this one. Campbell's, viewers, OBrian fam, I rate this soup a 9.75 out of 10. Almost perfection, and deserving of the recommendation of the OBrian Time channel. You've got to stock some of this. This, I personally will purchase this soup again. I will enjoy every minute of it, and you know, I'll have 2 or 3 cans in the cupboard reserved for those special times. I need something fast, quick, and delicious. This soup delivers. 9.75 out of 10. Almost perfection. And some of you will think this needs an 11 out of 10, right? Some of you say 7 out of 10. But bottom line, this ranks up there. It's a deliverable product that really is in tune to soup, the lane we are discussing. Texture, taste, quality in the soup lane. Campbell's, you did an awesome job. Really good. Really good job. Thanks to all of you workers, all of the people marketing it, the people that pushed and said, let's take the risk. You did a really good job on producing a quality product. So that's it, OBrian fam. That is the finale on the rating. And as promised, since you stayed tuned and I appreciate it, we're going to do our Blend-O-Matic time, where we smash it, blend it, bring it forth, put it down, and give you some feedback on this mashed up and blended and full body taste, taking all the texture out. This is unique, and only you will find it on the OBrian Time channel. Thank you, and let's get it. Oh yeah. So alright, OBrian fam, it's Blend-O-Matic time. So let's get into this. So let's take this glorious 9.75 out of 10 reviewed soup, which is delicious, and let's mash it up, blend it up, pull the full body flavor in, and give you some feedback. So you know what time it is. It's Blend-O-Matic time. Yeah. Oh yeah. Woo, I'm so excited it's falling all over the place. All right. So magically, poof, I recovered. All right. So let's get it with this beautiful soup. Wait, one more try. It's so good. Delicious. All right, let's get this. OBrian fam, Blend-O-Matic. I love you. Blend-O-Matic. And yes, I spilled some. And I'm not ashamed. I will totally eat that. Good job, Campbell's. So let's mash it up, blend it up. Get this out of the way. I made a mess everywhere. All right, let's lock it into place. OBrian fam, let's do this. Blend-O-Matic. Oh, yeah. Blend-O-Matic. Oh, yeah. Ta-da! I love it. So, all right, OBrian fam. So, it smells really good. Not specific to anything. I would say I smell the aroma of the broth. And this isn't real thick. This is soupy. This is a little bit more liquidy. So, I would kind of put it right here so you see the texture, right? So, yes, more liquidy than we're accustomed to on our Blend-O-Matic time. So, with that being said, blending it up, smashing it up, putting it into just one category, flavor. All the texture's gone. How does it taste? And is it the product that we reviewed earlier? Will it have the same flavor and depth? Let's see. Let's get it. Oh, yeah. So, wow. Yeah. It's very rich in the broth. Wow. I love it. I actually love it. So, man, what a great idea to blend it, smash it together to get that full centralized flavor. This product, no matter how you do it, is on point. So, OBrian fam, get you some chunky soup, classic chicken noodle with white meat. You can't go wrong. I really enjoy this no matter how you do it. I will say I actually love the soup. The texture straight out of the can is the way to go. You know, I wouldn't prefer this over this, but I can tell you the full body flavor coming straight forward from the Blend-O-Matic is there. Yeah, I can taste everything all at once. And I gotta say the definitely the rating holds true. 9.75 out of 10. That is a logical and honest representation of the soup we rated today. So I have no regrets at all in the rating. I hold true. It is what it is. It ain't what it ain't. It's what it is, will be, and factual. With honesty. This soup, Campbell's chunky classic noodle soup with white meat, really good job. So that's it, OBrian fam. Thank you so much for stopping by and taking this in-depth review of this quality soup. And I hope you get enjoyment and I hope you got a better understanding of this soup, this company, and I hope that you appreciate us slowing down a little bit. You know, we could go a lot quicker with these videos, but I think you would lose the essence of it. So, with that being said, that's it, OBrian fam. And you beautiful, wonderful people of the interwebs, thank you so much for stopping by. And feel free to share this video on Facebook, Twitter, wherever you would like. And as always, a big OBrian thank you. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and click that little notification bell. And we'll see you next time. Oh, yeah.